how I transformed this cardboard to this gorgeous mirrored wall decor. Hello guys, welcome back to another video. If you are new here, welcome. If you happen to like what you see here today, consider joining the family. I'll be more than happy to have you. Okay, so I'm going to start with these 6x6 squares that I cut from cardboard boxes. I use 5. I use this glossy vinyl. It's a self-adhesive bag that I purchased a while ago. I then cut these into 1-inch strips. Now with these strips, all I'm going to do is measure these and cut them and then align them along the edge of the cardboard. For a cleaner look, I'm just cutting these edges so that they lay neater. And this vinyl is self-adhesive, so I don't need any glue, and it's so easy to lay. Here I'll show you again that same process. I'm just going to take my vinyl strip, I'm measuring it to make sure I have enough. I'm going to cut it and then peel back the paper backing, and then I'll just lay it again. Very simple. Lay it on my cardboard. Cut my edges to make sure they're neater, they lay neater, and then I'll fold it over. And I'm going to do this for all 4 sides. Once I have all 4 outer sides covered with my vinyl strips, I'm going to repeat that same process for the inner sides. I'm just measuring, cutting, and laying the vinyl. I'm doing this for a much neater finish of the overall product. You could actually just paint these edges. I chose to use the vinyl because I think it looks a lot more neater, just in my opinion. Off camera, I went ahead and finished the rest of my sides, and I also off camera finished. I did 4 of these in the vinyl. Now I'm going to go in with these flexible mirror adhesive sheets. I've used these in a previous video. This video is my latest one. What I did was cut these into 1-inch strips as well. Now I'm going to lay my mirror sheets onto my cardboard squares, but before I do that, my ideal look was to get those angled corners. I guess the 45-degree corners. So what I'm going to do to achieve that is just take 2 ends and butt them together, and then I'm going to take my scissors and then just split down the corner, and that's going to give me my 45-degree look. Making sure to hold the strips tightly together because they were having a tendency to slide. I take my scissors and I cut right up the middle, and that gives me that nice mitered 45-degree cut that I was looking for. I'll show you that same process again here. I butt the 2 ends together, then I take my scissors and cut right up the middle, making sure to hold firmly because they will slip on you. And again, I have that nice mitered cut. And I'll continue this on all 4 sides. I'm sure there's a much easier way to get in the 45-degree cuts on each side, but this is just the way I thought to do it, and it seemed very simple to me to do it this way, but I'm sure there's a much simpler way to do this. And once I've completed mitering my corners, I go on to lay them onto my square. Now these are again adhesive mirror sheets, so we don't need any glue to lay them. And they are very forgiving. You can remove these and place these back with no problem. And it's just as simple as removing your paper backing, getting your corners lined up, and just laying it onto your squares. Very simple. And if you mess up, just remove it. It doesn't cause any damage. And replace it back. It's very simple and easy to do. Off camera, I went ahead and finished laying the mirrors on all 4 of my squares, and now I'm going to just lay them out and get a feel of how I want them spaced out. To attach my squares, I'm going to be using these popsicle sticks. These are all I had. I got these from Dollar Tree a while back. I'm going to have to cut them so that they'll fit because they're a bit too long. But I'm just going to be attaching them using hot glue. Using the 5th square that I'll need, I'm just going to place it in the center to get an idea of my placement and where I will want to place my square. Making sure I get them placed exactly where I want them before I go ahead to the gluing process. Now after I've cut my popsicle sticks with my scissors, I'm going to take some hot glue and carefully lift my 5th square and place my popsicle stick onto the squares to attach them, but I'm going to place back that middle square to keep my placement aligned. That's important. I want to keep it in line so that these popsicle sticks don't show once I flip my piece back over. And here again, I take the popsicle stick that I put glue on, and then I place it onto the 2 squares that I want to connect, and then I'm going to put back the square to make sure that they are aligned in the place that I want them to be. You may not be able to tell, but I'm trying to do this in a hurry so that the glue doesn't set up on me, because I want to make sure that I can adjust it as needed, making sure that things are aligned, and I don't want the glue to dry too much on me. Now that I have my popsicle sticks glued into the places that I want them, I'm going to carefully flip this over. And I say carefully because the glue isn't completely dry yet. And I'm just flipping it over to get a look at it to make sure my placement is where I need it. And I'm adjusting as needed. But I'll flip this piece back over. And then I'm going to take that center square that I need and place it underneath it. And then I'll go in with my pencil. Once I got it placed where I need it, I'm going with my pencil, and I'm going to mark out where the top squares meet the bottom square. Once I've completed with all the markings, I go ahead and carefully flip my piece over. Going in with my scissors, I cut out all those markings that I made. Continuing to cut out my pieces, I'll just go ahead and place them where they go so that I won't lose the placing. Once I've completed cutting out all my pieces, I'll go in and use that same black adhesive vinyl, and I'll cover all these pieces in the same concept that I did the squares. Now that I have all my pieces covered in the adhesive vinyl, I go in with the same steps as I did the squares. I go in with the adhesive mirror sheets. And again, I want those same 45-degree angles, so I use that same concept. And I'm just here removing the backs and just laying my mirror sheets the same way that I did the squares. Butting my ends up, get my corners nice and neat, and I'm going in and cutting off that excess mirror. I'll go ahead and finish laying the mirror onto all the vinyl covered pieces. Going in to lay that final mirror on my final piece. Then I'll go in with my hot glue gun and attach all these pieces. Before that glue sets up, I'm making sure to adjust these pieces as needed. Going in with my hot glue again, I'm going to attach my next piece. This piece is the corner piece. I'm just first aligning it to make sure I have it in the right placement, and then as I attach it, I'll hold it there for a few seconds to make sure the glue sets up. I'm going to repeat the same process until I get all the rest of my pieces glued onto my 4 squares. Now I could have easily taken the 5th square and just glued it on top of those 4, but I wanted a more flush look, so I went this route instead. Once I have all my pieces glued down and together, I just go in and remove all the protective film. A step that I did not show you on camera is I just went back in and added my hanging mechanism. I just used the same technique that I used for my home sign. I just glued that red wire to the back, And then I also painted those yellow popsicle sticks black because I could see them from certain angles. And here is the final reveal, you guys. I love this so much. I think this is absolutely gorgeous. Here you see me hang it diagonally, and I just use thumbtacks to hang this. I hang it diagonally and then up and down. I think I like it this way better. This is gorgeous. I love this, guys. What do you guys think? Let me know in the comments below. And I hope you guys enjoyed today's video. If you like it, please give it a thumbs up, and I hope you'll be back next week for more. But until then,